It's halftime of the Lions-Eagles game, and here it's time for our Stories of Faith. We love the opportunity to tell the inspiring stories of the people at Grapevine Faith Christian School, and Stories of Faith gives us that platform to be able to do that. And this week, I get the privilege of sitting down with Coach Gene Topping, and I'm excited because, like me, you've probably seen Coach Topping around campus or on the sideline, but he's kind of flown below the radar. But we're going to pull the curtain back and get to know him this week. And so, Coach, thank you so much for your time and sitting down with me.
Thank you for having me.
You've taken on some additional responsibilities here at Grapevine Faith, which we'll talk about in a second. But first, tell us about where you grew up, where you went to school, all that good stuff.
I grew up was born in Newport Beach, California. I was adopted at 3 days old.
Wow.
My brother Marshall actually picked me out, my parents' natural son. Tom and Carol Gene Topping raised me and had me in Southern California. And we moved from Northern to Southern California.
So you grew up there, went to high school. I think you told me south of Yosemite High School there.
I graduated from Yosemite High School in Oakhurst, California, we lived in Bass Lake, which is just south of Yosemite National Park.
What sports did you play growing up?
Played a lot of them: soccer, baseball, football. Played a little bit of everything. But once I got to high school, football really took over. I worked for my father.
Okay.
And he drag raced the NHRA circuit. And
wow.
So I worked as a diver, changing rods and pistons in between rounds. And so I wasn't allowed to play the winter spring sports. I had to travel with the race team. So
oh my gosh,
I did a lot of that in my teenage years. Yeah.
So I know after you graduated high school, you had several college experiences and played some football and some basketball. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I played at Fresno City College. I played football there for 2 years. Graduated and played at Morehead State University for 2 years. Once I graduated from there with my BA, I came home and was playing pickup basketball and got talked into playing junior college basketball, which I was shocked. I didn't think I would be eligible, but I guess in junior college, as long as you don't repeat a sport, you can play it at any time.
Interesting.
So if you wanted to play golf right now, you could. You could go sign up and play junior college. So while I was working on my master's, I played basketball for 2 years as well.
So tell us a little about your family. I know you and your wife had some kiddos, and y'all. You told me that y'all met. Y'all were neighbors. So tell me about your family. And
Corey and Lexi, those are my wife's first two children from her first marriage. I also had two from a prior, and so we have 4 total kids. And then we got married, and we decided that we were going to have 3 more. So we have a total of 7.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Only 2 left in the house, though.
Okay. Everybody else do they live close, or y'all still within proximity?
Well, one's in Missouri, one's in Tennessee, 2 are in California, so we're a little bit spread out.
Yeah.
They're older. One is married and has kids of her own, so I'm a grandparent for the first time.
Oh man.
Yep.
I'm a grandparent too. That's what I lead with.
Yep.
I mean, forget the kids. I'm a granddad, right?
I'm a granddad.
That's awesome. So you've been coaching football here for a number of years, but this year you took a role of head coach for the girls' varsity basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
But this isn't your first rodeo coaching girls' basketball.
No.
So you Coach Select. Tell us a bit about that experience.
So the McKinnon family, Macy McKinnon, her parents had asked me to come up here. At the time, they were needing a 7th and 8th grade girls basketball coach. And so I did both. I did what they call the D1 and D2. Back then it wasn't that. I just did both teams. And we had a lot of success. It was fun. And then Coach Hogan came along and saw my resume and said, hey, you've coached a lot of college football. Why aren't you helping us in football? So I did some middle school football for a year or 2, and then in 2016 came on with varsity.
So been here for over 10 years now, and
yeah.
coaching since 2016. So that's great. So what were the events that fell into place that brought you to Grapevine Faith in the first place?
It was the AAU basketball, coaching my own daughters in AAU, and I had other teams that were formed around the club that I was coaching with, and meet just families that were here at Faith were like, hey, we could use you at Faith. Come help us. And I got here, and I've never left. I've loved it.
Well, there are a few people that are more instrumental in the lives of young men and women than teachers and coaches, and I know that you've had an opportunity, a lot of conversations with athletes and students over the years. I'm curious, what do you think, from your standpoint, what are the biggest challenges facing kids these days?
Man, there's a lot of distractions, and I think expectations based off a lot of those distractions. Social media. In our day and age, it was magazines are influencing what people should look like or how they should. And now you have social media, and I think it's tenfold now.
Yeah.
And the pressures that these kids are under, and things are way more organized than they were when we played.
Tell us about, if you don't mind, just share a little bit about your faith journey with us.
My faith journey has always started real young, and for some reason, the Lord has protected me in one way or another. One, being adopted at 3 days old, to always having family members or friends of the family bring me to church or bring me closer. And so here at Faith Christian School, it just fell in line with how we live as a family.
Well, there's a strong history here of success on the basketball court for the girls team under Coach Althede and then Coach Garrett. But I know you've taken the reins over now. So what kind of culture you kind of establish here, and what should we expect from the Grapevine Faith girls team?
Well, the first thing with the culture is our numbers are really low. And so we have a "we want you" mentality. We're seeking, looking for, wanting anyone willing and to come help our program right now. Trying to rebuild a strong culture and that's already been in existence here.
Yep.
That's where we're at.
Well, I know with limited numbers at times, you kind of have to adjust your style of offense and your play accordingly. But what can we expect to see this year? Is it a run and gun? Is it more of a kind of slow set, half court type offense? What should we expect to see?
You're going to see what's going to work. You're going to see us play to the strengths, which is our inside presence. However, we do have good shooting presence from the perimeter. So you're going to see probably a more team-oriented type play as far as just trying to win games. And what I mean by that, we are trying to develop talent, not necessarily win games right away. We have to rebuild the culture. We have to rebuild the program.
Sure.
So we have to develop talent.
Coach, I know you've had lots of coaching experience at different levels. But there's going to be people watching this that might be looking for a private Christian school for their kids and their family. From where you are, what makes Grapevine Faith so unique and so special?
The family environment, the brotherhood, the sisterhood that comes with it. Academically, it's second to none. Our food service, it blows me away every day. We have 2 chefs on campus, and the quality of food that the kids are eating on a daily basis is outstanding. But you want kids to have a Christian experience and some sort of guidance, and this is an outstanding place for that.
You're the first person that's ever mentioned food as a win. So man, but that's important, right? There's so much junk out there the kids eat for lunch.
You have to eat every day.
Yeah,
the food is outstanding.
That's awesome. Well, to your point though, the focus here is developing and graduating authentic Christian leaders, and so love hearing that reinforced. I don't want to miss the opportunity to congratulate you guys on a much well-earned, hard-fought win Friday night against Atlas, and that had to be a big morale boost for the team and for the coaches.
Amazing. Winning isn't always in wins and losses. There's a lot of things that we can improve from that game, but even some of the games that we were close to winning but didn't quite win, there were a lot of successes in there, and so Coach Holland's doing an outstanding job with the kids, and we're heading in the right direction for sure.
Well, I know that it's not just about X's and O's. I know that your ability to impact the lives of young men and women is important. What type of impact would you like to leave? I mean, maybe your legacy, if you will, or what type of impact? When people look back on the days when Gene Toppin was at Grapevine Faith, what would you like for them to say that, hey, this type of impact that he had on my kid?
Our discipleship. I mean, ultimately, you just want these kids to grow to be successful leaders, Christian leaders, authentic leaders. That's the school's motto. But also, I think if I can help these kids balance their life with, their dimensions of wellness in life, that's going to be something we're going to talk about a lot this year, and deep soul search for each individual kid.
Well, Grapevine Faith is special and unique for a lot of reasons, but most importantly because of the people like Gene Toppin that speak into and pour into our kids. So, Coach, we're just so thankful that you're here. If you'd like to find out more information about Grapevine Faith Christian School, you can visit us at grapevinefaith.com. to set up a visit or to get more information. So, Coach, thank you for the impact that you've already had and will continue to have on the lives of young men and women. Faith is a better place because you're here. We're just appreciative of the time today, so thank you so much.
I appreciate you having me.
That's our Stories of Faith this week with Coach Gene Toppin. Be sure to check him out and the girls basketball team this year in the fall. And the second half of your Lions against the Eagles is coming up next on the Grapevine Faith Sports Network.
Go Lions.